Containing these two metal storage tanks are unspecified tonnages of molasses. Inside the first reservoir is waste material, the byproduct of a chemical process known as Maillard reaction. In kitchen science, this is the physical effect of combining amino acids and reducing sugars, which gives browned food, such as the crust of most breads, a pleasant flavor. In the sugar industry, however, this reaction often spells bad news. Here at B.S.I, it's a phenomenon that was initially detected a week and a half ago.
This is the first time in the history of the Belize sugar industry that this reaction is taking place. We first observed the reaction occurring on the 4th of July. We observed that there was foaming from one of our molasses storage tanks. We quickly mobilized our personnel, gathered some samples, did some analysis, and then we determined that the molasses was deteriorating as a result of the Maillard's reaction.
What is left inside the tank is a carbon residue that is potentially hazardous if disposed of improperly.
What you can see behind me is evidence of the foaming that took place in the number 1 storage tank as a result of the Maillard's reaction. What occurred is that the foam exited from the 4 vents that we have on the tanks, and that along with rain and cooling water that we had used to cool down the tank, then basically allowed for that foam to drain down along the sides of the tank.
Upon discovery, B.S.I immediately contacted the Department of the Environment and a site visit was conducted. Together, both parties are working on a plan to safely dispose of the affected syrup.
We're containing the molasses. There are no breaches to water sources. Everything is contained, and personally and with our EHS personnel, we are out every day taking a look at the fields, taking a look at the treatment areas to make sure that everything is intact. There are no breaches, no spills, and so that is of utmost importance.
Now, there are plans to work with the Department of Environment in terms of disposing of this particular material. How will that work, and what has been put in place for that particular effort?
Okay, well, we have been working with the Department of the Environment since this problem has been observed. So, in very close contact with them, they have suggested ways of disposal, and we're following their instructions and working very closely with them to abide by that. I just want to mention again that we have no leaks, no breaches into water bodies. So as far as B.S.I is doing, we are complying with their suggestions.
Is there a method of discarding or getting rid of this, if I may call it waste at this point, since it's no longer being used? Is there a prescribed way of dealing with this?
One of the main ways of dealing with it, based on their suggestions, would be through irrigation, but currently we're assessing that may not be the most environmentally friendly way of disposing this material. So we're working along with them. Currently we have not disposed of anything currently. We're still working hand in hand with them for their approval and for their assistance in the disposal process. But otherwise it would be in terms of putting it in a pit far away from water sources.
While it is certain that the molasses in the number 1 storage tank is no longer usable, the quantity as well as its monetary value is yet to be determined.
At this point in time, we are still going through the assessment of the damages to the molasses. However, what I can say is that the damage was isolated to 1 molasses storage tank. We managed to salvage the molasses in our other storage tanks here at the Tower Hill facility, as well as the ones at the Libertad facility.
Research shows that similar occurrences have been detected in other countries, and the results are being used to shed light on the causes of Maillard reaction.
We're still studying it. We have a lot of research on it, but it's still something widely unknown. Very few sugar mills have experienced this, and so it's something that, depending on every mill, there's different factors that influence this type of reaction. So it's something that needs to be closely studied.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.